Abbott Elementary is one of the best shows on TV right now. And it's not just me saying this. From Twitter to award shows to news articles, there's a huge buzz around Abbott Elementary, its cast, and series creator / co-star Quinta Brunson. We'll talk about her more later. And yeah, I know, I'm pretty late to the party. But after watching the first episode this past week, I realized I was missing out. So I watched the whole show in like 2 days. And it was good. So good that I decided to make this video to convince you to watch Abbott Elementary. Yeah, you watching right now. Yes, you. Okay, let me chill. So, without further ado, let's talk about all the reasons why Abbott Elementary is so freaking good. Reason number 1, the humor. I'm a part of the generation that killed TV. Well, at least according to all the articles about Gen Y and Gen Z killing this industry or that industry. Personally, I grew up watching shows like Community and Arrested Development, where a lot of the times the joke was that there is no joke. And yeah, I know that sounds kind of weird, but basically, I was worried that Abbott Elementary wouldn't really be for me. I mean, after all, most network TV sitcoms are made to appeal to families. And I'm not a family, I'm a man.
I'm not a baby. I am a man.
Oh, that's such a bad joke. God. Who writes this stuff? Okay, but seriously, since Abbott Elementary mostly takes place in the Philadelphia elementary school, you might think that most of the jokes would be whack. But surprisingly, the writers used that expectation to set up some of the funniest jokes on the show.
That's who runs the world, kids.
What do you do here?
I'm the principal.
But you don't do anything.
Now, who took that picture of me?
How you doing?
I do,
All right.
Oh man, moments like that set Abbott Elementary apart from other shows that have to rely on adult language and themes to get a laugh. It's difficult for TV shows to pull the kind of family humor that both adults and kids can enjoy together. But Abbott Elementary makes it look pretty easy. Reason number 2, the workplace simulated. Abbott Elementary has one of my favorite depictions of diversity in a workplace. There are more and more shows now that have an ethnically diverse cast of characters, but Abbott Elementary adds an extra ingredient to the mix: generational and ideological diversity. Having characters from different generations mixing in the same setting makes the show feel more real, because that's how a lot of workplaces are now. Like, for example, at my current job, there are baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z all working together. Abbott Elementary does a really good job of showing the kinds of interactions that can happen in these workplaces. We all know that people from different generations communicate differently, and for some people, that can be very frustrating, especially at work. Abbott Elementary's characters organically create those moments and find funny ways to explore and resolve them. It allows the show to make fun of some of the awkwardness that can happen at work. But more importantly, it shows reasonable steps to getting things back on the rails. But since this is TV, of course, Abbott Elementary never stays on the rails for too long.
I encourage cheating, but girl, you got to let me know.
Hey, there's my guy.
Black?
It's actually pronounced Zach.
It's like a Xanax. Like a huge Xanax for kids to sit on.
We don't want to get sticky, do we?
Y'all are getting this, right?
Yeah, hopefully your job is nothing like that. And finally, reason number 3, Quinta Brunson. Even if you haven't seen Abbott Elementary, there's a pretty good chance you know who Quinta Brunson is. In like the early to mid 2010s, Quinta Brunson made some pretty funny, memeable moments that are definitely in the Internet Hall of Fame. The two that I remember the most are a large, he got money.
And a large popcorn.
A large? You got money. He got money. Get it all for him.
And the simply genius Millie Rock on Every Block video, in which Quinta Brunson quite literally Millie rocks on every block. And while Quinta hasn't really missed a step since her early days on the web, It wasn't until Abbott Elementary that she started gaining a huge national audience. As the creator and series writer of Abbott Elementary, Quinta's becoming a pop culture darling, and she's starting to gain some of the multi-hyphenated attention that I haven't really seen since the rise of Donald Glover, and rightfully so. With her background as a stand-up comic, a sketch artist, an actor, a writer, and a producer, Quinta Brunson is a great example of the modern do-it-all creator. Because they are both made by young, Black, and multi-talented show creators, myself and others might immediately reach to compare Abbott Elementary to FX's Atlanta. But where Atlanta leans into the dissonance and discomfort of being a Black person or a person of color in America, Abbott Elementary tells a story of Blackness from a more middle-of-the-road perspective. Quinta Brunson explains it best in her interview with GQ. She says, "I am more interested in stories like Abbott that are about a neighborhood of a certain socioeconomic class that are more realistic for most Black Americans, I think. I think most Black Americans, they're not fish out of water. Most of them live in neighborhoods with other Black people, and I loved my Black-ass neighborhood and where I'm from, and my Black-ass upbringing. It wasn't a sob story. It's much like Abbott, these people who get by and love each other, and that's that. I know we put a lot of emphasis in American society on winning and big triumphant shit, but for a lot of people, just getting up out of bed is the biggest task they could have completed that day, and it means something. It means that they made a choice to keep going, and to me, that is where the real inspiration for Abbott comes from. Abbott Elementary, in tone, in humor, and in setting, is the rare comedy that manages to speak to serious issues and entertain in the same scene. The amount of representation and diversity on screen in this show is refreshing, and the messages that land via cast delivery and writing feel extremely fresh in a world where TV that features heavily Black casts often focus on the darkest moments of having darker skin. Whether you're looking for a great new comedy or just some uplifting, Abbott Elementary will not disappoint. So yes, you should go watch Abbott Elementary. Like right now. Like seriously, like right now. Like click off this video and go watch Abbott, please. It's really good. Okay, bye. Yo, thank you so much for watching that video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I've got a lot more content planned for y'all that I'm really excited to share. The music that you heard in this video is an original beat that I made. I'm planning to make beats for all my videos, and once I get a few more videos deep, I plan on making a playlist with all those beats so that y'all can listen to them, you know, for those lo-fi, study, hip-hop, whatever, lo-fi vibes. You know what the vibe is. I'm also live streaming every single day on Twitch and Instagram right now. I'll put a link to my Instagram and my Twitch in the video description. So yeah, once again, thank y'all so much. And until next time, see you.